Demolition, and there's that right hand. They're duking it out, not by the right hand. Takayama.
Green trunks for the southpaw, the notorious Conor McGregor. Black trunks for the champion, Jose Aldo Jr. Conor relaxed, smiling. Oh!
Nick Diaz, you just shook up the world. How's that feel? Hey, I'm not surprised.
You know what time it is. It's time to talk Chingasos. I got a jam-packed episode of UFC 303 hot fire highlights and tons of fight announcements and shitstorms for sure, my people. I hope your week is off to a wonderful start. Hopefully you're on your nice 4th of July break. And if not, hey, I got you covered here. If you could do us a quick favor, head over to our YouTube page at Chingasos Crew. Give us a like, give us a follow. Hit that subscribe button. We would super duper appreciate it, y'all. All right, crew. Y'all ready to jump into this week's combat news? Let's freaking do this. I talked about this a couple of weeks ago with Cousin Nat, and I just forgot to show the freaking highlight reel for this guy. So I'm talking about Kai Asakura. He's going to be UFC's newest addition to the flyweight division, and word on the street is that he could potentially be fighting Alexander Pantoja for the flyweight strap right off the bat. So I found this highlight of him. These are his rising highlights. Here's Kai Asakura rising highlights. Check this out. Dude is gonna be a menace. Check this out. And remember, over there, they got knees on the ground and stuff. So he's not gonna really be able to use those, but he seems to have hands. Check this out. Look at this. Boop, boop, boop. Looks like he likes to get in that pocket and just get dirty. Look at this. Now, the level of competition is going to be a whole lot higher, but this looks like something right up Alexander Pantoja's alley, man. Look at this guy dropping hammer. Look at that knee. Oh, my goodness. So, yeah, check this out. Look at this, man. Dude's a headhunter right off the bat, man. So, I'm looking forward to what he's going to bring to the table when he fights Alex, if that's what they end up doing. All right, guys. Our buddy Kelvin Gastelum missed weight a couple weeks ago. No one knows why. He didn't explain why, but you go on YouTube and subscribe to his YouTube page. I guess it's called just Kelvin Gastelum. But check this out. A few months ago, as a matter of fact, he drops this first episode. And what is it titled? Missing Weight. Shame on you, Kelvin. Shame on you. Put the tacos on the back burner for just a little bit, bro. I know Dana White is super pissed, and he might have even got even more mad once he saw this video. All right, y'all. Hot fight announcement right here.
What the
fuck? Exactly. Check this out. One of my favorite up-and-coming fighters, Roman Kopylov, set the face off against another up-and-coming UFC fighter, Bruno Ferreira. Remember, Bruno dropped that wicked spinning back elbow, broke dude's face. I can't remember the name of that guy, but that guy's going to be out on the shelf. So this fight got announced. I don't believe it's going to be the main event, but it's going to be on the main card. But it's scheduled for August 24th. So UFC Vegas 96, y'all. Stay tuned. Dude, this was freaking crazy. So Dan Hooker went on some show, looks like Fox Sports show on UFC, and talked about his fight against Dustin Poirier. Remember, they fought during COVID at the Apex Center. One of the sickest fights you'll ever see. If you haven't watched it or you haven't watched it in a while, go back and watch it. You might even, Dan's got a case for winning that fight, actually. It was pretty good. But check this out. Dan Hooker goes on this show and talks about
and the Poirier fight because he had
specific fight, specifically a specific round. Check out what he says. This is crazy. Nobody's ever talked about this. No one's ever said anything. This never even came up But check this out. This is crazy.
In the guillotine. I might have been the first guy he ever submitted in the guillotine, but he just didn't even realize that I was out. So I actually woke up. It was a third round. I like shot for a takedown.
Really?
He jumped the guillotine, and then he must have just run out of steam squeezing because I woke up and I was like, "Oh, the fight's still going." I was like, "This is cool."
Wow. Here we go.
So he did finish the guillotine.
Wow.
Just no one realized.
That's incredible. There you go. You heard it here first. How's that? I didn't know about that. I didn't know that.
Woke up.
Doesn't look like he went out, but he says he went out. So, hey, all credit to Dan Hooker being a freaking warrior in there. But, hey, can we get a little asterisk in there? Should have been round 3 submission. Gilly, baby. Gilly. All right. Dana White announced this for us. It's official. UFC is going to the Sphere September 14th, and it's looks like the Saudis dropped a little cheddar on this because now it's being relabeled as UFC Noche Riyadh season, or Riyadh season UFC Noche, one or the other. But hey, when you pay the check, when you pay the bills, you get to do and say whatever you want. All right. So check this out. On that card, we're probably going to see main event Alexa Grasso, and you would think Valentina Shevchenko, but at the moment, I guess it's not official. And I don't know if Bullet knows about this or not, but Alex did a little interview and she said she is ready to go September 14th at the Sphere. She wants to fight Bullet, but if Bullet is not there, she would be willing to take on Mano Fiorot. So I know right now UFC is showing UFC Ultimate Fighter with Alexa Grasso and Valentina Shevchenko. I don't know if there's an injury there. Who knows what's been going on? I have not been watching any of those episodes. So I'm going to try to catch up while I'm on break here and then let you guys know what's going on there next week. All right, check this out. UFC Fight Night, August 3rd, main event. Cory Sandhagen taking on Khabib's little cousin, Umar Nurmagomedov. I finally said it right. That's right. And check out the bangers on this card. Other than the main event, man, main event is going to be smoking hot. What a test for Cory Sandhagen, throwing caution to the wind, jumping in the deep end, and going up against one of the highest level grapplers in the UFC, pound for pound. We're also going to get to see Marlon Chito Vera taking on Davison Figueiredo. Oh, let's go. That fight is going to be so much fun because Figgy's just going to be in Chito's face. And if Chito if Chito comes out the way Chito always does, Figgy's going to be all over him, man. And then not to mention, we're going to get to see the return of none other than Nick Diaz. He'll be coming back facing Vicente Luque, and then hopefully it'll be the last time we see Tony Ferguson, and hopefully it's not a massacre again. But he's going to be taking on Michael Chiesa, Mackenzie Dern taking on Lupi Cardenas. That's going to be fun while it lasts. And so, yeah, stay tuned. And as we get closer to that, I'm sure Nick Diaz is going to be dropping some nice little sound bites. And training footage between Cory and Umar is going to be fun to watch. How about this banger, crew? How about this banger right here? Dude, yes. One of my favorite fighters to watch, Benoit Saint-Denis, got a little hiccup there facing Dustin Poirier a while back. Got slapped around, but he's ready to get back up. He's ready to get back up, and he wants to fight, and he's gonna get to fight September 28th in Paris, and he's gonna be taking on Renato Money Moicano. Bro, this is gonna be a fun fight. This is gonna be violent, man. Renato's got balls for taking this and going into the Lion's Den in Benoit Saint-Denis' backyard in Paris, France. I'm all for it, but I think Benoit's gonna take this one all day, bro. It's gonna be a massacre. All right, speaking of massacres, this last weekend, actually, I think this was like on Thursday. It says June 28th. I'm not sure when that was, a couple days ago. But Karate Combat had a show, and I'm just going to show this one quick highlight here. Won't take much of your time. This is Rafael Alves taking on former UFC fighter James Vick. Peep this, crew.
Vic's got to be careful not to stay in the... Oh, my God! What a knockout!
Did you see that high kick, man? That was a beautiful switch kick there by Rafa. Check this out. He gets Vic to come out a little bit. And here he is. Look, he's nice and squared up. And Vic's just got this wide open stance. And then look, there it is. Rafa jumps. And then as soon as he jumps, he's already switching the kick.
Oh my God! To stay in the oh my God!
Watch it one more time, crew. What do you think? One more time? All right.
It's got to be careful not to stay.
Sorry, Mr. Vic.
In the oh my God!
Beautiful, beautiful kick by Rafa, though. All right, y'all. It's what y'all been waiting for. It's what y'all been waiting for. We had been waiting for months for UFC 303. If you guys remember, who was supposed to be the main event of this card? That's right. Your Uncle Conor McGregor, supposed to be taking on Michael Chandler. We had Ultimate Fighter season, Quién Sabe Qué, being headlined or coached by Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler. They had all this hoopla, all this drama. Conor McGregor gets in Michael Chandler's face, pushes him. Chandler goes to a WWE show, calls out Conor McGregor. He's chasing him all over the planet. We finally get a poster. We get a date. Then it gets pushed back. And then it gets, it hasn't been canceled officially, but we don't know when or if we're going to get it. Let's take a look at this cursed card. It was so good when it was originally planned. It was beautiful. Check out the original card. It was supposed to be Conor McGregor, Michael Chandler, banger. Jamal Hill, Carlos Ulberg, banger. Mayra Bueno Silva, Macy Chiasson. They're like one of the only fights that survived. That in the Joe Pyfer fight. Pyfer and Marc-Andre Barrial got pushed down to the prelims. And then Ian Machado Garry and Michael Venom Page also made it. So those three fights made it. But look how many different fights they tried to make. Originally, it was supposed to be Jamal Hill and Khalil Roundtree. Remember that? Then Khalil sustained an injury. So in stepped in Carlos Ulberg. Conor McGregor, Michael Chandler, scratched. Jamal Hill, Carlos Ulberg. First, Jamal Hill got scratched. And then it was going to be Anthony Smith and Carlos Ulberg. Then Carlos Ulberg got scratched. And then it was, who was it that fought Anthony Smith last night? Roman Dolidze. And then we had Brian Ortega and Diego Lopes. And then we'll get into that in a little bit. We'll get into that. So there was a lot of changes on this card. But I do want to say that it was worth it. So stick around because we're going to get into those highlights. Before UFC 303, though, Payton Talbott on his social media account dropped a little video for his opponent, Yanis Ghemmouri, where he was coaching him, giving him some tips on what he should do in his fight against him later in the week. So check this out. This was from Payton's Twitter account.
You can see it gets through his guard. So that's going to be a big key for success for Yanis Ghemmouri. And if you're watching
si vous écoutez, la façon pour vous de me battre.
Bros, he even put the video in subs and it's dubbed in French so the dude would understand.
De m'enlever les jambes. Donne-moi juste un coup de pied autant que tu peux. Cela vous servira bien. Veuillez lancer plus de 2 frappes à la fois. Personne n'aime.
Basically, he's telling him that he needs to take his legs out. He needs to throw a lot of kicks and he needs to throw combos, throw punches in bunches, not just one at a time. All right. So that was the advice that he gave. Let's see how it worked out for Yanis. So this is Payton Talbott taking on Yanis Ghemmouri. And as you guys know, I've been big on Payton ever since I found out about him when he was back on A1 Combat. And then as soon as he was on Dana White Contender Series, he made a big splash because he was the guy who was caught in a single leg and did that backflip to get out of that, if you guys remember. And since then, he's just been on a tear. He almost seems to be leveling up with each and every fight, getting more and more confident. He's becoming like a supervillain almost. Check out this finish, though. This was round one. I want to say it was like 18 freaking seconds. Check this out. We get to watch the whole fight here. Crazy backspin by Yanis. 1, 2. No leg kicks yet. There's a leg kick. Oh, bro, you told him to do that. So I know it happened really fast, but what happened was as soon as Yanis threw that leg kick, check this out. He's going to throw the leg kick, and as soon as he throws the leg kick, Payton counters with a straight right hand right down the pipe. Boop. Happened so fast. Bah. I didn't even know what happened actually when I was watching it live. I thought Yanis slipped and hit his head on the mat. And then Payton just jumps on him, bro. Jumps on him all. Let me show it one more time because it happened so freaking fast. Leg kick. Okay. Yanis steps in. Leg kick. Boop. Yeah. Dude is on another level, man. This was not fair for Yanis. They basically set him up for failure. But hey, he got paid, and it was an quick night for him at least. After the fight was over, Payton jumped on the mic. Actually, not really. He got interviewed, and he was asked who he would like to fight next, and he called out Adrian Yanis. That fight would be amazing. That would be a nice step up in competition. I mean, Cameron Simon was a good step up in competition, and look what he did to him. But I believe Adrian Yanis is at a level that Payton hasn't faced yet. I'm not saying he can't beat him, but I think it would be an awesome test, and I am here for it. So as soon as they can make that happen, man, let's go. I think both of these boys are now coming off of wins, if not multiple wins. So that might even be a main event on a fight night pretty soon, if not a definite pay-per-view fight, man, for sure. All right, guys, let's get into the card itself, or the next card on the prelims. Charles Jourdain taking on Jean Silva. Not sure if you guys were aware of this, but Jean Silva did miss weight by like 2 pounds at the weigh-ins. Charles Jourdain was super pissed, got in his face, was talking about how Jean was unprofessional. It didn't matter in the end because carrying that extra weight, as you guys already know, man, having to cut that extra weight always makes a big difference. And you could tell in round one, Silva was landing the heavier shots, and every time he would hit Jourdain would back up. So here we are, round two. Jourdain has Jean pressed up against the cage, and Silva is landing these crazy elbows. Watch these elbows he's about to throw to Jourdain's back. Jourdain's not giving up that single leg, though. He's got his hands clasped, one elbow to the back. Tries to trip. Nope. More elbows. Gets his leg out, and that uppercut was all she wrote. Look at this. One more time. As soon as he gets his leg out, uppercut. Immediately. Boom. No need for more strikes. And that was it. Mark Goddard calls an end to the fight. And Jean Silva, welcome to the UFC, bro. I don't know much about you, but let's see what you do next. And hopefully you make weight, bro. Hopefully you don't make a habit of this. Otherwise, you know Uncle Dana's going to make you move up. All right, guys. Next fight up was Joe Pyfer taking on Marc-Andre Barriault. Remember, Joe Pyfer laid a fat egg in his last fight night out. I believe he was fighting Jack Hermanson, I think, on the main event. And he just got scared. Maybe he was just nervous. I don't know, but he looked really good in this fight against Marc-Andre Barriault. And you could definitely see, just like in the previous fight, you could see a difference in power, because Pyfer was just piecing up Barriault. And again, every time Barriault took a shot, he would get pushed back. He would step back. He did not like it. And after a while, Pyfer figured out that, hey, I got nothing to worry about here. I got bazookas. He's got pea shooters. And as soon as he got that thought in his mind, you could see the momentum definitely shifted, and Pyfer went in for the kill. So check this out. At this point, I think he already feels that he's got nothing for him. And he starts just stalking his prey. Look at that, leaving his chin unprotected up in the air. And then look at this right hand. Stuns him. And then he just goes in for the kill. Look at this. Dude. Put him face down in the dirt. Those are some power shots. Look at this right hand right there. That one wobbled him big time. Backs him up against the cage and just starts throwing body shots, and then right hands. Right hands, right hands, right hands. All sniper kill shots. So Pyfer back in the win column. Congratulations, my dude. All right. This was a fight that a lot of people were looking forward to, but to me, man, it left me disappointed. I'm talking about Ian Machado Garry taking on Michael Venom Page. Michael Venom Page, you let me down, bro. You let me down. I expected more out of you. At this level of your career, you should be able to know how to stop takedowns, get back to your feet. And how could you let Ian get that deep in on you? And you know what? Gary, how do you get that far in on a rear naked choke and you not finish it, bro? You had arm under the chin. You chose to go leg lock or figure four body lock on him for whatever reason. Maybe because it's more comfortable for you, but you were right there at the doorstep, man. I admit your game plan of trying to take him down and slow him down. That's the best thing to do because you were getting pieced the fuck up on the feet. Round one definitely went to Gary once he got Page down. I don't know if you guys saw this fight or not, but I believe Venom throws a leg kick and Ian caught it and was able to pull him down, was able to get to his back eventually, sunk in the rear naked choke. Venom Page defended it twice, ended the round on his back. So he definitely lost round one. Round two, he looked better. He was more aware of what Ian was going to try to do, and he was darting in and out, landing shots, but it was a lot. I want to say he landed like somewhere around 7 to 10 power shots, and Ian landed like 2 or 3. So round two definitely went to Page, but it was not much. And then round 3 came out, and Ian just did more of the same, wet blanket style, controlled Venom Page, and got the unanimous decision win. He won 29-28. Every single ref or judge had the fight scored the exact same way. Round 1, everyone gave it to Ian. Round 2, everyone gave it to Page. Round 3, everyone gave it to Ian. Ian Gary calls out a couple of people on the mic, says he's still undefeated, yada, yada, yada. But in the post-fight press conference, check this out. This is what he says. He says he would love to get his hands on Shavkat. And then remember, I guess they were former training partners at Killcliff MMA. And Shavkat already got wind of this. And he's like, I've trained with him. I have nothing but respect for the guy. Oh, actually, this is what Machado says. I'd love to get hands on Shavkat Rakhmonov. I've trained with him. I have nothing but respect for the guy, but I want to be the first guy to take his O, and I know I can do it. Shavkat hears this and says, check this out. Looks like Ian forgot what happened during those training sessions. I don't mind reminding him in the future. So apparently, this is it right here. Remember a while back, there was a story going around that Ian or Shavkat had knocked some training partners out, but no one was saying who. Everyone was just saying it was a high-level training partner. Well, here it is. Now we know it's Ian Gary. So got nothing, man. On Reddit, it says it doesn't matter. Shav would fucking eat Gary alive. If I am wrong, I will shit my pants. Got nothing, man. I'm not gonna shit my pants, but I'm with you, bro. I like it. All right, guys, let's get back into the card. Remember that late replacement fight was supposed to be Brian Ortega taking on Diego Lopes. And a little bit before the weigh-ins, news drop. Check this out. Let's listen to John.
Breaking news for you. The co-main event between Brian T. City Ortega and Diego Lopez will now be contested at 155 pounds. So that is a lightweight fight now, and it changes the complexion a lot in terms of why this is happening. No on-the-ground context for you here, but my informed speculation from our fighter meeting, and DC can speak to this, probably on the Ortega side. You know, he did offer up that the biggest challenge was going to be weight-related. Diego Lopez didn't seem to have any issue with it. So we believe because of T-City, this fight is being moved to lightweight, and I think it affects the handicap and the breakdown. And
so as before, apparently this was like an hour before the weigh-ins or something like that. The call was made that the fight was going to move from 145 to 155. Diego Lopez was like, let's do it. He decided to weigh in. I believe they both weighed in. Yeah, they both weighed in. They made the weight. And then a few hours before the fight, something happened. Dan Ige sends this text. Brian, so before I set this up, or let me set this up actually. A few hours before the fight, Brian Ortega messaged the UFC and let them know that he was ill. I believe he had a high fever and he was not going to be able to fight after all. So UFC was scrambling. They did not want to pull the fight. And I guess they put their feelers out and somebody stepped the fuck up. Dan Ige messages Hunter Campbell. I got his text on the screen, hey, Hunter, I've been in camp for 3 months. I'm the healthiest I've ever been. I can fight this guy tonight and beat him. This is what legends are made of. I'm in. I'm ready. I'm in great shape. Please don't take this opportunity away from me. So apparently Dan Ige had been fighting for a fight already because he was supposed to be fighting on a UFC Fight Night a few months away, actually, or a month away, not too long ago, not too long ahead of us. And so he was ready to fight, and he stepped in, and Uncle Dana loves that kind of shit, loves that shit. And my boy Diego Lopes and Dan Ige put on a banger of a fight. Diego Lopes ends up winning by unanimous decision, 29-28. But just like I said, man, I was worried about this fight because I thought Diego would win, but I knew Ige was going to be able to put it on him, bro. I knew he was going to damage him up, and he did. He took him into the deep waters. Diego was tested. He's got taken to a place that he hasn't been yet, and it's good because now we know. And he's get the unanimous decision win, and he gets on the mic, and what does he say? He says he wants to be on. You're gonna come sit up here? Come on. Come on. Come on. Come here. So where were we? 3, 2. All right. So Diego wins the fight, gets on the mic, says he wants to be on UFC Noche, and calls for one of two opponents. Says he wants to run it back with Brian for sure, and if not, he's down to dance with Alex Volkanovski. Now, I don't like that fight for Volk. I don't like that fight for Volk for a number of reasons. It's a dangerous fight. 2, he's fighting. That would be, I think, fighting too low in the rankings for him. It's not going to do anything for him, and it's not going to get him to a title shot any sooner. And the longer he can put Diego Lopez off, the better, I think. I would love to see the Diego Lopez and Brian Ortega fight, and I would love to see it with both guys having a full camp. We deserve to see that fight. We deserve to see both of those guys at 100%. So run it back, baby. Run it back. All right, let's get back to the main card of the pay-per-view. We had a short one here. Mayra Buena Silva taking on Macy Chiasson. I'm not too familiar with Macy, but I'll tell you what, I will be now. Check this out. This was in the first round. So I'm sorry. This is the second round. First round, Mayra may have spent all her gas because she was dropping bombs, but Macy was still sticking around. Macy was like a hummingbird while Mayra was like dropping hammers, but she never gave up. And then in the second round, she was able to get the takedown. She secured.
Look at this elbow here.
And check out what she does. Look at this elbow. Boop. That's all it took. That might have been the one shot. Actually, it was the one shot that ended the fight. But that's all she really needed, man. That was that Kenny Florian elbow. And I got a pic of it right now. I'm going to show you guys. Doctor comes in, puts a stop to the fight. Round 2, Macy gets the W, TKO. Round 2, there it is. Look at that, man. That's got to be an inch to an inch and a half across. And that's all across the top of the eyebrow. And I know Mayra was trying to plead with the doctors and the officials to let her continue, but there was no way in hell, man. That thing was just leaking blood. So that definitely throws a wrench into the women's bantamweight division because Mayra was for sure thinking she was going to get the next title shot, depending on whoever does fight for the title. Hopefully we get to see Raquel and Juliana soon. But Myro is expecting to take on whoever wins the belt. And apparently now she is not, because Macy is probably going to leapfrog everybody else except for Kayla, right? Because we still got Kayla in there. And we're going to have some fun matches up, man. We got Juliana Peña in there. We got Caitlin Vieira, Kayla Harrison, Irene Aldana, and now we got Macy Chiasson. That's a nice logjam of some really awesome fighters in the bantamweight division, man. We haven't been talking about this weight division. This one's kind of been like the redheaded stepchild. No one's really been acknowledging it, but they have some killers in this division, and I'm excited for what we might see next. Chama! All right, y'all. Earlier in the week, there was a lot of hoop and hollering about the main event of UFC 303, Alex Pereira taking on Jiří Procházka, and Jiří dropped a crazy statement saying that he was asking Alex to keep the playing fields clean. He said no voodoo magic, none of that Amazon stuff, and he was pleading for that. So check this out. This was Alex Pereira, I believe, on Wednesday or Thursday being asked about the specific question. So let's hear it out.
Alex, earlier today, Jiří was in here and he said that he believes you use shamans, magic, and spiritual help to compete in the octagon. And he would like to challenge you in this fight that you don't do that and you just perform physically.
No shaman magic, bro.
Todo mundo tem espírito, né? Acho que ninguém vive só com o corpo, né? Se ele não acredita ou se ele não encontrou, né, o espírito dele, eu não tenho culpa.
Well, everybody have their own spirits. We're not only made of flesh and bone. I found mine. If he did not found his, or if he does not believe, it's not my fault.
Boom. So Alex don't give a rip. Alex like, hey, you believe in what you want, I believe in what I want. And the fight went on. All right, y'all ready for this? So let me set this up for you in round one, right at the very end of round one. Alex was piecing the shit out of Jiří. This was not the same Jiří that we saw last time. Round one was a little more. I mean, I don't know if Jiří won round one in their first fight, but he did a better job in that fight than he did in this round one, because at the very end, he took a lot of shots, doing a lot of darting in and out. And it was like, as soon as he would get into striking range, Alex made him pay every time. You can't play that game with this guy. With snipers like this, man, because he's just looking for a little window, and that's all he needs, a little window. And that's what he did right at the end of round one. I believe it was a left hook, and he just puts Jiří on his ass. Jiří, I don't know if he was aware that the bell rang, because he was on his back and he was asking for Alex to get into his guard. So the round one ends, they go to their corners, and I don't think that was enough time for Jiří to recover from that shot, because check this out. This is opening round one, and they're taking longer to come out their corner than what's going to take to finish the fight. Check this out. High kick. Boop. Freaking crow cops down. Then he comes in. He was out after that high kick, really. But Alex just puts more queso on it right here, bro. Check this out. Let's go back to the high kick. Jiří's got his hands about chest high, so he's not protecting his head at all. Boom! And Alex was just waiting like a rattlesnake to pounce on his prey and just again, sniper, bro. Snipe him out. One more time. Man, what a scrap. Alex is on another level, y'all, because Alex made that look so damn easy. And he might have even beat Jiří before the fight even started. At the weigh-ins, they had a crazy stare down. I want to say John Anik timed the whole thing. He said it was like somewhere between 4 to 5 minutes long. Alex did his crazy walkout where he always does, coming in, shoots the arrow, screams. When they were in the cage, soon as they were both in, they locked eyes on each other, and they did not turn away until it was time to fight. So they were ready to rock, and Alex came in and rocked the shit out of Jiří in this one, man. So I don't know what, I know Jiří already responded on social media, says he's okay, says he's going to get better, says he has to level up. He recognizes what his mistakes were, but bro, you can't be coming in like that. He did the same thing against Alexander Rakic, you know, darting in and out, trying to bait his opponent to get him, but Rakic isn't the same level of striker or speed and power of Alex. Alex just comes in to kill, bro. So let's see what ends up happening. So check this out. This was cool. I saw this. I think MMA Weekly posted this earlier in the morning, right after the fight. And actually, this was last night because Alex was asked this in the post-fight press conference, like, hey, where did that kid come from? Did you guys have that in the game plan? And Alex was like, hey, we saw him warming up in the right before the fight, and we saw that there was an opening for a high kick. So I don't know if he's talking about when they showed Jiří shadowboxing and the camera was right in front of him right before the fight was about to start. But apparently Jiří had posted something, or someone had posted some footage of him doing some warm-up, and Alex and the crew decided that they could exploit that warm-up with a high kick. Now, I do got to say this, though. Remember, I don't know if Jiří was all there right before he took that high kick because he had gotten his bell rung before. So that might have had a little to do with it, and there was not as much of a risk to take shooting that high kick, and it ended up paying off for Alex. So Alex gets the W. He defends the belt one more time. Ankalaev's really the only logical opponent next. He's the only one who hasn't fought him yet. So we'll see. But guess who had something to say about it? That's right. Your freaking boy Jamal Hill. Check out what he tweeted immediately after the fight. He says, I'll sleep the next guy, and then we go again. Great win, but we are not done. Well, Alex might be done because Rogan asked him, and this was Rogan asking him, not Alex bringing it up, but he was asked about moving up to heavyweight, and he says, hey, the fans want to do it. I want to do it. Eventually, it's going to happen. So what do you guys think? I got the top 15 in the heavyweight division on the screen right now. I would like to see, I know Fonzo would love to see Aspinall and Poatan right off the bat, but I want to see him do more like Anderson Silva style, like just dip your toe into the heavyweight division little by little. Let's do one fight here and then come back down and defend the light heavyweight strap. I would like to see him fight someone in the top 10 to 15, preferably someone who's going to stand and bang with him. Now, the power is going to translate over, but the boys that he's facing are going to be beefy dudes. So he's going to have to pour on the shots. You know what I mean? How would a Jairzinho Rosenstrike versus Poatan fight look? You know what I mean? That dude is massive. Everybody in this heavyweight division is massive. You know what I mean? And you know someone's just going to try to take him down, and they're definitely going to have the size. So he's got work to do still in the light heavyweight division, but like I said, I would love to see him dip his toes into the heavyweight division and see what this guy can do, man. This guy is a menace. He's a menace, man. And he might only have a couple more fights to prove in the light heavyweight division before he really actually has to move up for a challenge. So stay tuned, Combat Crew. Check this out. So also in the post-fight press conference, Dana White went off on the pound for pound thing. Check out the video. He went on a crazy long rant defending John Jones and explained why he thought John was the pound for pound best fighter in the world. But whatever. That's neither here nor there, right? What is here, though, is this. Check this out. Aaron Brostetter tweeted this. He says, Dana White on whether Saudi Arabia could convince him to do a cross-promotion fight involving Francis Ngannou. How sick would that be? That's the fight that we need. That's the fight that would cement John's legacy. If John can just show up to that fight and he can win, like Dana says, then, hey, he is the pound for pound best. He is the GOAT. There is nothing left to be said. So with that being said, sounds like the window or the door is slowly starting to open for that fight to happen. Check this out. Dana says, I respect what Turki Al-Sheikh has done. It's pretty incredible. So we're talking about lots of different options with this guy. So we'll see what the future holds. Bro, you know what that means? That means money talks, bro. So they just got to make the numbers match up and it's going to go down. So the way the Saudis have been just throwing cash around, the way that they've been making the money fights in boxing happen like it ain't no thing but a chicken wing, dude, they could do the same thing with MMA. They got the money to make it happen. And you know, Uncle Dana loves the money. So I'm here for it. I am here for it. And if they happen to have a couple stacks of cash laying around, send it over to the crew over here. We'll find something to do with it. You know what I mean? Maybe it's enough for us to quit our jobs because that's what we really want to do, right? Let's make it happen. All right. Well, Combat Crew, that is a wrap. That's all I got for you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching. If you can do us a big giant favor, head over to all the socials, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, Instagram, and give us a follow, give us a like. We got all kinds of stuff. Jump in the conversation. Let us know what you think at Chingasos Crew. Also, head over, another big giant favor, head over to our YouTube page at Chingasos Crew. Please give us a like, give us a subscribe. Let's increase those followers. That's all I got, crew. Have a fantastic 4th of July. Be safe. Have an awesome time. Until next week, Chingasos Crew out. Peace.
Demolition, and there's that right hand. They're looking it out, not right with right hand. Takayama.
Green trunks for the southpaw, the notorious Conor McGregor. Black trunks for the champion, Jose